SpaceX livestream abruptly cuts when mysterious UFO spotted near rocket. Viewers baffled. Nothing comes shocking as the mission went wrong, and whatever could be the cause of it, it's something we don't want to hear about. SpaceX had quite the scare in its most recent launch, which marked its first launch in 2022. Then, boom! Something extraordinary happens. Should we be concerned? What happened? What is the mysterious UFO? And are we even allowed to know about it? What did they know that we don't? Stay tuned to get answers to all your questions. Welcome to your favorite channel, Unlimited SpaceX. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more exciting news about SpaceX projects and Elon Musk's many controversies. There's always been a bit of a dark hood surrounding the nature of extraterrestrial existence of other civilizations on other planets or in another universe outside ours. This video will also shed light on the critical details of SpaceX's latest Falcon 9 launch. Since mankind begets the idea of space travel, and pretty much from the moment when we realized that we were just one of many worlds in our solar system, different questions have been posed to guess what mysteries the outer worlds hold within their atmospheres. Our first foray into space showed us how vast it was, and how little the Earth is compared to some other planets, which appear unique. We understood that our anatomy and physiology were tailored to suit the atmosphere of Earth. Other beings could exist on another planet whose body forms and fluid content were best suited to survive climate on other planets. We can only use the word stay because that's what it would be for us, given the adverse effects of their atmosphere on us. It's not hard to imagine that ours could equally be deadly to them as well. Hence, we can think of many reasons we have never really gotten any visitation from our neighbors in the solar system. Scientists have prepared several keywords to describe the sudden appearance of any otherworldly apparatus or being that finds its way within the scope of Earth's powerful lenses and satellites. UFOs have always been the subject of expectations. We don't really know where this idea came from, but ask every lover of space-related content. The general idea is that any existing civilization out there will surely be more technologically advanced than we are. Hence, the comics show us different forms of alien spacecraft that ooze light and speed through light years in a matter of seconds. Whereas all that we've been able to summon are nothing more than unit-dimensional rockets that are much less malleable than what a perceived alien spaceship could be. No thanks to Star Wars, the Avengers, and Justice League for the high standards set for strange machinery in our minds already. As much as we're pessimistic that these could ever exist, the baby in us is still waiting for a day when we would hear news about any strange sighting amid the human push to explore space and maybe find other living forms as we become interplanetary beings. Somehow this farcical view was revived shortly after this month. It seems that this year would hold a lot of drama in space travel if we were to perceive the occurrence of this phenomenon as an omen of things to come. The Falcon 9 rocket took off from the starbase. When it hit orbit, the surrounding cam picked up a strange object that can only be called mysterious for several reasons. Oh, what a frenzy that instantaneously initiated. It seemed as if people had been cocked and ready for something of this nature to occur. All we could hear up, down, and around was the chant of UFO from every corner of the world. It was supposed to be a typical Starlink satellite delivery day for the Falcon 9 rocket. It was halfway through its mission after taking a new set of Starlink satellites to orbit, as is the custom of SpaceX. They kept their fans abreast of the developments right from pre-launch, with a live launch streaming for the world to watch online. It seemed like it would return to Earth without as much as a hint of drama, but then the strange object appeared to fizzle right by the base of the rocket. It was ring-shaped and had a touch of light shining from its body part. What spiraled was a long chain of tweets on social media clamoring for a bit of clarity as to what they had just seen. A Twitter user under the synonymous name DanielJW3 posed the question to Elon Musk by posting a sighting video. He made sure the whole world got his tweet using the trending hashtag SpaceX with UFO and space debris. He may have been right to include the space debris aspect of his comments. It would be a bit of a wild guess to suggest from the onset that this could be anything as extraordinary as a UFO. However, the video quickly went pat. Twitter, as a YouTube influencer, posted the video and clearly linked the sighting to SpaceX's newly launched rocket, Falcon 9. Maybe people would have been content with simply letting it go and perceiving it as something passing, but that would not be the case. SpaceX did something suspicious, as it appeared as if the camera were swapped. It's more like we're viewing through one camera and then another one came in as well. Why would they switch cameras? The rocket was already hovering over Earth and on its way back. Reddit was the following social media platform that would see a flurry of questions from curious followers of SpaceX. The Starlink forum saw a long discourse opened up requesting an explanation for whatever it is. It's been described in many ways, but the most catchy shape, like a donut. What led to the uproar wasn't limited to the sighting. Still, people really wanted to gaze upon it a bit more. Still, they were cut short when the camera switched to another view entirely. People would drag SpaceX for some time just because of this for a while, and Elon Musk would have to come out to speak over it at some point. It's typical for certain sections of people to not jump to conclusions and try to rationalize what was seen as perceived as a UFO. The ring of light was described as a form of lens flare in the most pessimistic way. Lens flares tend to come in different colors, and it's disputable as a result. It further complicated the identification of this object when you think about certain random occurrences that could appear like that. A lens flare would be a random camera effect, and it would be much more subtle. Specific comments echoed this possibility and agreed that it was definitely something physical. In a way, it could be a form of advanced tech, given how it developed on the camera. It was compared to a rocket, and we don't think that could be the case. A spacecraft would lack the ability to hover long enough to be caught in the camera's frame. Someone suggested that it looked like it was observing like a scout spacecraft, and it came as close as possible. Other pessimists claimed that it could be the result from ice buildup that was just floating around like regular space debris. It was suggested that the ice could have been attached to a part of the Falcon 9 rocket as a result. So that would make it sort of a frost ring, which could have been formed while the rocket was on Earth, but then it disconnected and floated into orbit. Then comes the comment you've been waiting for: aliens. It was a tongue-in-cheek comment with a little bit of emphasis on the fact that a UFO sighting would always have to be alien technology. What else could it be? Some space debris that somehow could get off its own light and still maintain a perfect ring shape? Well, it doesn't matter for now until a bit more clarity can be provided. Kudos to the engineering and launch team of SpaceX, as the Falcon rocket that went on this voyage was a recycled one that had previously flown successfully. They deserve a lot of praise for diminishing production and launch costs by facilitating a reusable piece of technology of this magnitude. This year holds many more prospects for SpaceX, and we'd like to see the best coming from them regardless. 2022 will be a record-breaking year with them. They're already close to 2,000 Starlink satellites in orbit, and many more will join this year. The Great Starship will test orbit this year as well. Will they beat the 31 liftoff record set last year? We'll see about that. We hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons. Goodbye and stay safe.